Okay, so let's have now the part two. My apologies about that. So to continue, smaller cities and towns in destination nations have also become places in which migrants settle. So in simple terms, so the smaller the city is and less people stay there. Actually, that's actually the place where most migrants see as an opportunity to stay. So so that's why, and then when it grew up, or the number of migrants stayed there grew up, that place will now be the ground for migrants to actually get attracted to and stay there for the rest of their lives. Okay, so now let's talk about the global city migrant stream. So in here, professionals and highly educated people moving to global cities. Many are exiles, persons who leave their nations of birth primarily for political or religious purposes. So many are physicians, lawyers, architects, etc. Many are in diaspora. So in simple terms in here, many actually who leaves the country, not just those who are actually working as caregivers or maids or something. So not only those people actually leave the country, but also the professionals as well. So the very reason why they leave is because of the opportunity. So they believe that there will be a greener pasture to the place where they will be moving in. So like for example, the physicians, nurses to be exact, or to be specific, there are a lot of nurses leaving the Philippines because they believe that the opportunities for nurses are much broader and much bigger outside of the country. So that's why they also leave the country. So also sometimes political views or political purposes as well, and religious. So there are actually some funny thing that's been going on since here in our country the election started. Actually, there are a lot of people asking other people, since their candidate won, they keep on saying that, oh, we thought that you're going to leave if ever our candidate won. But of course that's actually part of the mocking of the party to the other party. But again, there are actually reasons, political reasons, why there are actually people who migrated from one country to another, and some of it are the following. And also we also have this idea of diaspora, or if you've read the diaspora poem, which is about OFW leaving the country because of the greener pasture and the opportunities that they can see in other countries that are not present here in our country. So which is actually a sad thing, because they are actually professionals and they can actually give more in our country, but sometimes the economic, the political, and other situations or issues actually is present. So it actually hinders them to stay, and they believe that their capabilities will grow outside of the country. So, in furthermore, a second global flow includes less skilled migrants seeking jobs in the low-end service sector. So, more that those from the poorest segment of society, many more come from a step up from the bottom who experience downward mobility. So, since I've mentioned a while ago, since that there are actually movement of professionals across the world, so coming from their origin country moving to another country where they believe their ability will prosper, the ones who are remaining in the country are now are so-called less skilled, which is a very bad description, but that's how it is now being seen in the global community, which is really sad because of course not everyone, for example, here in our country, not everyone here in our country who wanted to stay actually are less skilled. They actually just wanted to stay to make this country great, which is very discriminatory opinion from others. Okay, so actually that is what is seen outside, and what is seen in the outside, but it doesn't mean that since you tend to stay here in our country you are less skilled. No, that's not true. And actually that's this again prejudice and discriminatory to say, but that's how actually it is seen. So, especially for women migrants, there is a direction of southern to northern hemisphere, so rural to global city, into large wage positions such as nannies and maids rather. So, actually, most of the OFWs coming from our countries and those who are being heard in the news who are actually experiencing abuses are actually women. But the very reason why they actually move from our country to theirs or to other country is actually the opportunities that are being offered. So majority or we have a tradition here in our country that women are not meant to go to school because they are seen to be housewives in the future, which is again discriminatory. So these women who are actually not sent to school are the ones who are actually looking opportunities abroad, and since they are looking opportunities abroad, they will tend now to stay as maids or nannies, and then when things prosper for them, that's the time where they actually look for other jobs that would be good or that would be more professional for them. Okay, so some of them, since they worked as nanny, they started a job in the or they started a job in the night and then started going to school in the morning so they can finish college, and then they look for a decent or a more professional job after. So that happens, okay? And the proliferation of the high-end sector that generates the demand for low-end service workers in private households. So despite their importance, their salaries remain low due to low value placed on their work, abundant potential supply. So it's also sad to say that even though a lot of women who worked abroad as nannies and maids are actually just staying at the same salary. Actually, here in the Philippines as well. If you're a worker, a simple worker who doesn't have any promotions open for them, you will just stay at the same job for the rest of your life, which is really sad. Okay, so that's why again, migration do happen. All right, so I guess that's the final presentation for this video. So if you do have questions, again, please let me know. You can chat in our group chats, and I'll try to answer all of your questions during our class hours. So thank you very much, and I'll see you then. Bye.